hear the crowd yourself, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a bracket reset.
When we saw NRG get obliterated, it's pretty much over.
And when Turbo scores with just a few seconds left, that sinking feeling hits again. It's over. They've done it. NRG has squandered the moment.
All season long, he gets support from Turbo, and he won't let up now. 4 seconds left.
Which is what made those next few seconds so much better, because it was unbelievable.
NRG need this immediately. They've got the kick off in their favor. Kano tries to clear. It is almost there. It just hit the floor. But Panda puts it a long way, and it's almost there. Justin keeps it alive. Turbo wasn't there. Bounces into the corner. NRG still around. Justin is there for the shot. Justin! This is Rocket League!
The greatest play in the history of Rocket League happened because of a roster change. Heading into Season 5 of the RLCS back in 2018, NRG were looking to shake things up. After a shocking performance in Season 4, where they bombed out of the World Championship in last place, they replaced longtime member Jacob and decided to take a chance on a young 15-year-old prodigy named Justin. Justin spent the previous year making a name for himself in the Rocket League Rival Series as a rookie, tearing things up, and everyone was waiting for a Tier 1 org to sign him.
Justin came around and we were thinking, this guy is solo carrying out of style into the RLCS. And now he's been picked up by the default best team over in North America. A team that, despite always kind of being the best, would go to international events and flop.
He was the rookie to watch out for. Just coming out of the RLRS, he's the guy. You don't often get to see those new players. There wasn't a high amount of fresh talent coming in all the time. So seeing this player so mechanical, so individually talented was almost perfect too, and poetic to counter the cohesive team play that Dignitas had.
It was clear that Justin belonged in the big leagues, but nobody knew if he'd put up the same big numbers against the best teams in North America. But Justin immediately proved that he deserved all of the hype.
The Evil Geniuses, they need to use the man advantage when they get it, but Justin goes by himself. This could be that 2-goal lead, and Fireburner with the follow-up.
Tie game, the NRG, they cannot afford to give G2 a possibility. Coming back into this game, and a shot from Justin will do just that. The beautiful angle to get the lead back.
There was a new aura surrounding NRG. They were working as a cohesive unit on their way to a record-breaking 7-0 season. And although they fell to G2 in the grand finals, they looked better than ever heading into the World Championship. But still, Justin was coming in as a rookie. Playing at home in your bedroom isn't the same as playing in an arena surrounded by thousands of screaming fans.
Going into a live environment is so different, right? Like with an audience around you cheering, and there's a possibility that players crumble. We've seen it before where a good player doesn't quite hit the peaks that they are expected to have. And it could have happened with Justin.
But NRG took down every single team that they played on their way to the grand finals. And yet, back in 2018, there was one team to beat in Rocket League: Gale Force Esports.
Now Reeves, now 2 players caught by the side. Metano's got to get there. K-Dot wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gale Force Esports. Your season 4 champions.
Gale Force were untouchable. They were dominating in Europe and even swept the Season 4 finals to become world champions.
The Gale Force Dignitas roster was so strong because they just figured out cohesion so well. I mean, it was the passing play, the blind faith passing play that you're going to center the ball a bit further out from the top of the box, right in the slot, and someone's going to be there for it, right? It was just cohesive. But for Dignitas, they went with something that was less chancy, right? It was something they could control.
Prior to the Season 5 World Championship, Gale Force were acquired by Dignitas, but whatever name they played under, they were still terrifying. Although NRG sent them down to the lower bracket, they fought their way back to a rematch in the grand finals.
We were kind of wondering how NRG as a whole were going to do in that event, because we got so used to, okay, you look great online and you flop at the event. Transitioning what you do online to that event, especially your first one, was always going to be very, very difficult. But once we saw NRG playing, especially, I mean, they already beat Dignitas earlier on in the tournament. It was like, oh, you actually are legit. And not only are you now playing very well, but your teammates who have been in this position that have fallen on their faces, they're actually now playing better. And they seem to have got used to the circumstances.
Dignitas were out for blood in the rematch, immediately applying pressure. They dominated the first best of 7 4-1 to reset the bracket. It seemed like NRG and their young star were beginning to crumble under the pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RLCS World Championships at the Copper Box Arena in London, UK. If you've missed it, firstly, how dare you? Secondly, we have just seen a bracket reset between Dignitas and NRG. What that means is that we have one best of 7 left. The winner of this match will be crowned your RLCS World Champions.
So when we saw NRG get kind of obliterated in the first one, thinking, okay, that was fun. They gave it a good go. It's pretty much over. We never saw teams bounce back, let alone a team like NRG, who we saw internationally lose upper bracket, lose lower bracket immediately. They never had the ability to bounce back in the same day, let alone within the same hour.
NRG found themselves down 2-0 to start the final best of 7 before they finally started to show some life. Both teams began trading blows all the way to a 7th and final game to decide who would win the RLCS Season 5 trophy. The stakes were higher than ever before. NRG's best ever performance at a World Championship was 3rd place back in 2017, but now, with Justin on their side, there was one game between them and the trophy, and the atmosphere in London was electric.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's crown our champions.
Game 7 was tense. Nobody wanted to be the one to cost their team the final, but a rare mistake from Turbo Pulsa gifted NRG the lead. Then, Dignitas equalized. The game was on. NRG went ahead, but Dig answered back a minute later. And with the clock dwindling down, Turbo Pulsa put a dagger through NRG's hopes.
Puts it straight out. It's going to be over to Kader. It's almost in. Fahey scored.
Most teams or players would completely fold under this kind of pressure. With 4 seconds left on the clock, NRG had to score to force overtime. But Justin wasn't willing to go down easy.
4 seconds left!
NRG need this immediately. They've got the kick off in their favor. Kader tries to clear. It is almost there. It just has hit the floor. But Panda puts it a long way. And it's almost there. Justin keeps it alive. Turbo Pulsa there. Bounces
into the corner.
NRG still around. Justin is there for the shot.
Justin!
This is Rocket League!
The energy started to rise. You heard the voices of every single person in that arena get louder and louder and louder. And then when it went in, the screams that came out afterwards as everyone was letting it sink in, the reality that the ball went in the net. And now we can go overtime. We can make this go even longer.
Yo, turn it off, man. I'm in a scrim.
Seb, what are you doing in here?
I told you, dude, I'm on the grind.
Damn, dude, you're actually practicing like that?
I mean, I have no choice. I mean, look at this thing. I need the fan to keep my laptop cool. The screen only works well in dark spaces.
Yeah, I'm not sure about all that. But listen, you don't have to keep doing this to yourself. With the Acer Nitro V15 gaming laptop, you don't have to set up the perfect space. You can game anywhere. A brilliant 15-inch panel with 144Hz refresh rate means you won't have any trouble making out the action, and thanks to NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series graphics, it'll look better than ever. Enjoy a quantum leap in performance with DLSS 3 and lifelike virtual worlds with full ray tracing. On top of that, Nitro's dual fans and exhaust system will keep the system running cool when it's working hard. DLSS is a revolutionary breakthrough in AI-powered graphics that massively boost performance, powered by the new 4th gen Tensor cores, an optical flow accelerator on GeForce RTX 40 series laptop GPUs. DLSS 3 uses AI to create additional high-quality frames, and you can even personalize their performance with NitroSense.
Wow, you're right. This is beyond fast, though I will miss being able to fry eggs on my keyboard.
Right now, during Intel Gamer Days, the Acer Nitro V15 has dropped over $100, so go check it out on Amazon.
Against all odds, Justin sent the game to overtime with a goal that is still, to this day, considered the most iconic moment in Rocket League history. And to understand why it's considered that, you have to break it down second by second. The most important thing to know is that if the ball ever touched the ground after the timer hit 0, then the game would end and Dignitas would win another world championship. NRG would need to keep the ball in the air to keep their hopes alive. With that in mind, let's rewind a bit. Starting with the kickoff, Justin manages to win it in NRG's favor, sending it towards the sidewall and leaving K-Dop with an important decision. K-Dop has a chance to send the ball closer to the ground, which could end the game and crown Dignitas as world champions right then and there. But with 2 NRG players hovering near him, he decides to send the ball downfield. Garrett manages to keep the ball alive, hitting it towards the sidewall where there's less of a chance for it to hit the ground. Violent Panda then makes his way onto the wall, beating any NRG players to the ball and sending it even further downfield into his opponent's half. And this is where the stars truly start to align for NRG. Justin gets the perfect amount of power onto the clear to send it closer to the center of the field. But another key part of Justin's clearance is the fact that he manages to grab a full 100% boost pad in the same motion. With the ball moving towards center field, a crucial 50-50 is on the horizon. A 50-50 is when 2 players go for the ball at the same time. But Turbo Pulsa actually has the height advantage over the NRG defender, making it a favorable challenge for him. But luckily for NRG, that defender wasn't just anyone. It was Fireburner.
It started with Fireburner. His 50-50 was perfect. He's known for his 50-50s. But no one could have asked him to put it there off the corner so perfectly. Like, it was just the most incredible 50-50 you could have. So that to me was impressive alone. It could have gone straight down. Turbo was trying to put it straight down in that 50, but it went perfectly off the corner.
The most impressive part is easily Fireburner's 50. Justin, once he's up there, he's already in full flow state. He knows what he's doing. But I still to this day have absolutely no idea how Fireburner got a 50. He probably has no idea about it. He's not predicting it's going to go over there and bounce off a wall. But there is no such thing as a more perfect 50.
NRG couldn't have asked for a better bounce. The ball hits the perfect spot on the corner of the wall, sending it flying towards Dignitas' net. Justin grabs one last boost pad before immediately pouncing towards the ball. But the job isn't done yet. There's still one Dignitas defender on the backboard, and K-Dop has a serious chance to save the ball. But Justin manages to hit the ball downwards on just enough of an angle where K-Dop is thrown off and the ball hits the back of the net. It comes incredibly close to hitting the ground before going across the line.
There's so many ways you could have messed that up. But to perfectly angle, not only not to mess up the shot, but also to make sure that that defender, K-Dop, I believe, off the backboard doesn't touch it. I think he was a mere like inches away. Like, it was so close to it, saving it, that if Justin didn't use those last bits of boost to get on that side of the ball to put it down, it wouldn't have gone in.
Altogether, the ball remained in the air for 11 seconds after the clock had already hit 0. But for everyone in that arena and everyone watching at home, it felt like an eternity. It was the single greatest moment that Rocket League Esports has ever seen. You almost feel this sense of relief watching the ball finally hit the back of the net. And although Justin and NRG didn't get their storybook ending, that didn't matter. NRG's and Justin's loss just made his eventual title alongside Garrett and Turbo Pulsa that much sweeter in Season 8.
I think it gave Justin more to work for, because to that point his career had been reasonably easy. And there are players that respond very well when they're just on a streak, on a roll, winning everything all the time. And then once something goes wrong and a bit of stutter happens, they get off the road. They struggle significantly to get back on it.
But even though Justin won his world championship a year and a half later, his 0-second goal in Season 5 is still something special. It put Rocket League Esports on the map. It brought entirely new sets of eyes to the game, and it allowed the esports to reach entirely new heights. Whether you watch Rocket League or don't, this play was everywhere.
It made everyone else look everyone else around the esports scene looked at us and said, whoa, that's exciting. And we're like, we told you so. Thank you for finally recognizing. And that really put us in the talks of this is an esport that has incredible moments. And we've had so many great moments afterwards as well. It's not like it just stopped there. That will always go down as like probably the greatest moment because it allowed so many more people to start witnessing the great moments.
This is Rocket League still endures as a meme, immortalized with its own quick chat option. It may not be the most impressive play by today's standards, but everything about the moment, down to the caster call, cemented it as an iconic part of esports history.
So he comes over, like, the Justin. And in my mind, I'm just like, I don't know. I wasn't really thinking, headset on commentary modes. I'm thinking, what have I just seen? What on earth is going on here? Like full on crowd member, but with a headset on. Nothing else really in my mind, and just sort of blurted out that this is Rocket League.
Justin's entrance into the Rocket League pro scene also marked a new age for the esport and a changing of the guard. And thanks to Justin's iconic goal, countless new fans have been able to watch Rocket League blossom into what it is today. One of the most exciting games on the planet.
They did it! The Rookie of the Year!
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring the notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.